just in the state of Virginia, like 80 or 90 or 100 electric only lakes. You can't run gas. So like around here within 30 minutes of my house, we have one gas lake within an hour. We've got the river if you want to go run around on the James and Chickahominy River, but so kind of just the evolution. People want to fish tournaments, so everybody started doing it on the reservoirs. I mean, that it kind of keeps it. A lot of it started as too. It gives the guys with John boats a place to go to have tournaments. You don't have to go spend $60,000 on a bass boat or. I mean, and look, it's second week of June and no boat wakes, no nothing out here, so it's actually kind of quiet. It's like this even on tournament day, other than it being a lot more boats. And over the last 6 or 8 years, it's just grown. Like I said, when I first started, it was 7 or 8 boats, 20 years ago. And now we've hit 54 this year, I think, and 52, and we've been averaging mid-40s for every tournament.
Hey folks, I'm on Diascund Reservoir in Virginia with Kevin Brooke. So, Kevin, you say you're one of the founding members of Rippin' Lips Open Series?
I would say, yeah, I'm one of the original members, but I've been around since basically the beginning of it.
Cool. What are the different electric-only reservoirs you guys have tournaments on? I mean, it's kind of a mix. You do some reservoirs that are not electric-only and some that are.
Yeah, we do Little Creek Reservoir, Beaver Dam Reservoir, and then Chickahominy Lake, which is a gas lake. And we have been going down to the Suffolk Lakes, it's a horsepower restricted lake.
Okay.
Down towards Virginia Beach.
Okay. Well, we're gonna fish Diascund today, and you got a tournament coming up on this one in
next week.
Next week. All right. So we're doing a little bit of pre-fishing.
Yeah. We were out there yesterday in the pouring rain and fished one end of the lake, so I want to stay up at the upper end.
Okay.
See what's going on.
Cool. Let's catch them.
There you are.
What you seeing there?
A school, a ball of shad swimming out. You kind of tell me there ain't no shad spawn happening. Cause it's out here in the lake anyway.
Because they're deep?
Yeah, they're too deep.
Point out what we're looking at, man. I see that drop off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a little ledge over here in the corner. It's just straight over there. And that's just a ball of shad. In fact, I don't even see a fish with them. There's some fish down there in the area.
And you're just pointing at it with the trolling motor?
Yep.
Right. Get the first one. You identified, get in here, these active fish on your...
Yeah, he's got about 20 more down there with him.
Yeah. And I mean, I brought him all the way back to the boat, and he hit like right next to the boat. But it was the spot that you identified. We're still seeing some marks there.
Yeah, I was just trying to get out on the deep side to cast back up at him.
Yeah.
Makes them a little easier to stay on.
That's a cool tool you got to pan and look and see active fish.
Yeah,
that's cool.
If you don't see nothing there, they're not there.
It worked. Got one?
Yeah. Gonna do it?
Jig fish. Seems like that's the two that we have so far. Let's see him. Nice, man. What was he on?
It's a stump down on the ledge.
Yeah. Did you spot him first on that?
No, actually. I just knew these stumps are on this ledge right here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good one. He's a heavy fish. Hello, heavy fish. Yep, you're in the net. I knew he had some weight. I pulled back on them and it didn't go anywhere. I like it. Z-Man, palmetto bugs. I tied my own jig, but I skipped it way up in there. That's why I actually like using a spinning rod. I have the St. Croix Legend Extreme. But some people can skip with a bait caster. I'm not one of them.
Me.
You can do it? Yeah. So, yeah, he wasn't coming off. But Z-Man palmetto bugs, that floating Elastec just lifts up like that. But let's talk about this, man. That was on the bank.
Mm-hmm.
We're in June. Why are we... Look at that blood.
Yeah.
I mean, is he on a bed?
It's very possible. The way this year's been going, I don't doubt anything. These fish should be out on them ledges and humps and points and schools.
And we're still in the 70, you know, we're not over 80 degrees.
That's what I told you. Let's go shallow and keep them honest. And first bank we got on. But your
This
third cast
time of
on the
year,
bank.
they should be off.
Mm-hmm. They should
offshore.
be way out there, not way up here.
Wow. All right, we'll get him back in. That's a good start. We'll see if we get some more on the bank. So I've asked Kevin to just take a couple minutes and talk about this boat. How many different boat builds have you done over the years that are electric only?
I've helped on probably 4 or 5.
And this is in the boats that you've owned. How many? This isn't your first electric only boat.
This is actually my original first electric boat.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's rare. For people that do this, that's rare.
I got lucky. This boat was actually upside down on a farm I was hunting.
Nice.
Completely empty. It was actually red. It was ugly. And brought it home, and it's evolved, been redecked probably 4 different times now.
You said it's a Alumacraft 1648?
Mm-hmm. Flat.
Okay.
And it's just been, with the speed of that flat bottom, I mean, it's a complete accident that it ended up figuring out that the flat bottoms are faster than semi-Vs and V-bottoms.
So
and,
V-bottom are the slowest, then semi-V, and flat bottoms are the fastest.
Because those are all designed for planing.
Propulsion.
And until we can reliably get on plane with electric, it's what we got is planing holes. I mean, displacement holes.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
But
take us through it. What do you got?
112-pound thrust old checks on the front. Got an old Elite 7 Lowrans and a new FS9 with the active target on. Got up front, 3 Dakota 100 amp hour lithiums.
That helps you keep the overall boat.
Yeah, it took out probably 120 pounds out of the front.
Nice.
In the back.
I'm stepping down here and then stepping back up.
The power 26104 torpedo battery, and then I got the 1 Dakota 100 amp hour for all electronics and live wells and
nice.
Everything else. That is one of the things we did. Was putting in built-in coolers where the back seat used to be, which is another one with your stuff sitting on it.
Yep.
And they actually do keep ice all day.
Very cool.
They just drain into the bottom.
In your live well?
There it is. And it's just got a recirc system. That's all I have in it, but then I just fill it from the plug in the bottom, and then we top it off with that tub that's in there.
Nice.
But we rarely ever lose fish. I don't think we've actually lost a fish in 3 years.
Okay.
But if you look, I mean, it's insulated all the way around, insulated on the lids. And this time of year, we're always putting ice either out of my refrigerator or Frank's, just because of its well water. But you can put the regular ice you buy in the store as long as you put G-Juice or a chlorine killer in it. And I'm running the 2.0 24 volt motor. Our series that we fish has a 36 volt motor rule, which means you can't run any one motor can be more than 36 volts, because just to keep it a little more cost effective for everybody, because it'll get out of hand quick. I get with 2 people. I think we were running 6.5 this morning, but it'll hit around 6.6, 6.7 with 2 people, tournament loaded, ready to go. And at wide open throttle, I get about 7.5 to 8 miles of range, but I can kick it back. That's the great thing about running the Torqeedo battery, is the communication ability and knowing everything as far as my power and range. And I can run her at 1500 watts and run 6.1, 6.2, but jump my range up to 18 to 20 miles. And it's pretty much dead accurate because I've ran her about as much as she's wanted to be run before. And
it's because of the GPS unit in there.
And I've got all the trust in the world in it now. It's been tested. We had a tournament early this year where I ran one end of the lake to the other at a different lake twice. And when I came back, I was at 5%, and it had been about 16, 18 miles. And that's about what it should have been. Every time you give me jerky when you come down, I catch a fish.
I'll have to bring more then. Nice, man. So you were saying he was up near where there's some brim beds?
I had brim pecking at it first.
Yeah.
And as soon as I changed colors, went to something a little more brim looking.
Yeah.
I ain't made, what, 3 casts with it?
Show me what you got.
D-bomb, I think, is GP3.
So missile baits, D-bomb, and you've dipped. You've done the spike it on the tips. Show me those tips.
Just make it. All brim have a little chartreuse tip on their fins.
Yeah. Nice.
Skipping bushes.
But we're near panfish beds. Which is a normal early June pattern.
Down here it should have been done a couple weeks ago. It's just everything's been way behind.
Yeah.
Not dirty runoff.
I'm gonna net that guy.
I ain't even seen him yet, but he looked big.
I was gonna net it. I thought it seemed like a good idea. There we go. Nice fish. Shallow. They're not supposed to be shallow.
He right on the bank too?
Yep. Yep. On the jig, like right there. Say bye-bye.
There's a ball of fry right here in this bush. I don't know if you can see him on the camera or not. You might be able to. They're big, but they ain't but a couple weeks old. They should be gone. I didn't see my jig at that time. Alright, there's my jig falling. It's going to fall right on that one. He's marked a bunch of fish down on either a stump or a brush pile. Get the fish to go down on the bait. There he is, just like that. Told you he went down on it. Reckon you want it? There's 4 or 5 more down there just like him. Mean. Jeez, they're bigger. They've randomly been sitting out here dead middle of the day, a day calm, had school start coming up, busting shit.
Haven't seen them yet, but just twitching the Little John.
Stay down. Ain't that good idea?
Well, I hadn't upset him until just then. They aren't real big hooks on there, so I'm gonna get the net on him as soon as I can. There we go. Cool. Okay, there he is on the Little John, and you know, see him surface, gave it a little twitch, let it sit there a minute, gave it another twitch, and that small shad pattern, it's actually a Spro Little John with the circuit board lip. So, get him back in.
Finally got one of them schoolies to cooperate. It landed in the right place. This might be a good one, better fish. Got your line. Wants to swing. Just a big spot.
You got him?
Big spot. That's a magnum spot.
What'd you get him on that?
A fluke.
Soft plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic jerk. Soft jerk bait.
Nice. It was a
Come up, school.
beautiful, beautiful cast. I mean, you dropped it right on it. Nice catch, man.
Alright, so far, I mean, this is a pre-fishing day for the tournament next week. And so far we got two patterns kind of working. It's one is just skipping creatures and jigs as far up under bushes as you can, which is really odd for this time of year. I mean, the water's a little bit high because it's rained for the last 4 days. We've gotten like 6 inches of rain. But, you know, normally these fish should be offshore. They should not be up there in, what, 6 to 8 inches of water we've been catching them in. And we were out there actually messing with a deep brush pile, and we caught a couple, but fish started blowing up all around us, and we've been out there for a couple hours now messing with them, catching them. It's open water schoolers, which is normal for summer. So we've got basically a April pattern and a June, July pattern going on at the same time, and no telling what else is happening. And we've run into actually the couple that runs Ripping Lips, Jason and Melissa, sitting there in front of us. I'm going to go over and introduce everybody to them.
Oh.
And their boy Joey.
You catching any fish, Joey? No.
Today's a rough day, huh?
How about your mom and your dad?
Tell them what we caught.
It was one of the fish you caught.
One of the fish I wanted to
That was one of Kevin's fish.
A couple there too.
Yeah, we caught a couple. We caught a gar. Tell them what Mama caught today, Joe.
A bass, and that's all.
What about that other thing Mama caught?
What? You caught like a 30-pound turtle.
Yes, I
Turtle.
Oh wow!
did. Yes.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the fish of a lifetime.
Right?
She had King
But
Kong.
they all
back
feel
there.
like that
They
for the
felt
first.
great, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, this
10
isn't
seconds.
moving. Is it a log? What is it? And then I felt some movement, and I'm like, no, it's a catfish.
The head
We
on
get
the
it
turtle
up,
was
and
that
it
big,
was-
Kevin.
It was probably
Like
this
the-
big
Yeah, the
around.
paws on it were almost as big as my hand. I was like,
Wow.
oh my God.
He
I
kept
got the
catching
hook.
gar on.
I got the hook back there.
He caught the coolest looking gar I think
Did
I've
you
ever
call?
seen.
Did you catch any gar today?
I did catch a gar today.
I got a couple.
We
How
can't catch a
big was
bass
it?
to save our
Yeah,
life.
it was
though.
probably about that long.
What? What was this about that?
And the baby gar.
A lot of teams out here practicing. A lot of teams.
Should have had a
It was.
tournament again today.
This is just an average Sunday. There's probably 30 spots in the parking lot,
Right?
and all 30 of them were taken.
Yeah, we didn't know.
There was boats pulling away when we pulled in because they couldn't find nowhere to park. We got
Daddy,
the last
Daddy,
parking spot.
So it's good that we got here at 5.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got here at like 7 o'clock, and it's normally not like that at 7.
Right.
It takes till about 11 o'clock, but it's a nice weekend, and guys, I think everybody in the top 10 in points, or at least top 7 in points, have been out and won yesterday or today practicing.
Nice.
Some teams have been out both days.
Mama, all you caught, Mama, was a bass, and that's all you caught all day.
That's all I really want to catch.
How many teams do you guys expect next weekend?
I would say probably anywhere between 45 and 50.
Okay.
Obviously, in the summer months when it gets hot, 90, 95 degrees, you have a 9+ hour tournament. You lose a few boats to that,
Look
but
how big it was.
this year we've definitely gained boats, and I think we'll probably see between 45 and 50.
Nice. That's your average.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this year it has been. Last year, 38 to 42, but we've definitely picked up probably 5 or 6 more solid teams this year.
Good.
Got some different things going on, new sponsorship deals, which I think has really helped draw people in. Crowds draw crowds, and it's a good time, especially first thing in the morning when we play the national anthem. It just gives everybody a feeling of hope and opportunity for the day. And I've heard that that's, one of the main reasons people do it. It feels like a big bass tournament.
Right.
So,
And like she said, the sponsors, we got a lot of good giveaways, this year for our Angler of the Year.
Yeah.
Giving away 3 Dakota batteries,
Yeah.
and Striker is giving away a rain suit to each team member. So, I mean, it gives them motivation to come out and want to
For
win,
sure.
especially the top. Like I said, about the top 7 teams are really within 10, 12 points of each other. It's pretty tight.
in first place is paying between $1,200 and $1,400. Second place between $700 and $800, and down from there we pay 5 places. And then we've got prize packs and stuff for those that finish right out of the money. The money's good. You make a lot of money on a Saturday if you come out.
That's got to be a spot.
Okay, we have come back to the deeper submerged brush pile, and which is really kind of our third pattern.
It is large.
It's so just, I don't want to say automatic, but to have the waypoint, to have the electronics, to really say, to pan to it and say, yeah, you see a couple of them moving. It's really something. But that's cool. That was fun to cast out. You can feel the jig coming across the wood. Felt it kind of flutter down, and then crunch, it hit it. So we'll go ahead and get this guy back in. See you, buddy.
Little fella. You gonna do it? Come on.
Same spot.
Same spot.
Nice.
Mean.
So have you inventoried them all?
No.
Still a few more to catch.
Yeah, I figured about 2 million fish in this lake, and we've only caught about 20, so. Oh, really?
Loosen that drag, huh?
Yeah. Come on, you ain't even that big.
Is he off?
He gone.
All right.
Save him for next week.
Nice.
Flying cast in a drop shot. Swimming right up.
You said you switched to a crank?
Yeah, it seems like all these schoolies out here that finally went down. Trying to get that back trouble in him. There he is.
Nice one, man.
We were out here earlier, just a hump, flat, whatever we'll call it out here. And they were chasing bait on the surface everywhere a few hours ago. We came back over here for a little while. We caught some out here deep, playing around, but they're not out here roaming around suspended no more, so I decided to pick up his crankbait. Oh, and got hung. They should be down there back on the bottom again where they should be, instead of chasing bait. Oh, this is a Cashin Elite 905-7.6 cranking rod, and I got a 905-7.3 somewhere in this pile of rods. Which are probably two of my favorite cranking, 1.76, 1.73. And I've got two of the John Crew square bill rods, I think, in the rod box, which do great on deep cranking too. That is only 7 foot. But they're a little bit stiffer than these are. Now, especially for throwing bigger baits. And if you're getting up shallow with square bills, you can turn their head and get them away. It seems like these fish, they're out here schooling again. Been out here apparently all day. Like right there, they just came up. If you don't land it in the swirl while they're actively coming up, you won't get bit. And from watching them on the screen, it's like they're just coming by and they're doing drive-bys on all these pods of shad that are out here. It's like they come up, they explode on them, and they never check up, never miss a beat, keep on going. And the only time we've caught them is when you landed actually when they're actively coming up.
It almost pays to not blind cast, just so you don't have to reel in to get it on them quick.
At least a long blind cast. Seems like every time we'll turn around and make a 100-foot cast, they come up 100 foot behind you.
Right.
Hit it right at the boat.
Still on the drop shot.
Bounce. Thank you, sir. He wouldn't have helped.
Cool. We've had a fun day out here. Caught them a number of different ways. Kevin, give us a just a summary of the different patterns we figured out, and maybe just talk about how this served you as a pre-fishing day.
We got something, I mean, basically a bunch of stuff. It was 180 degrees the way I was catching them yesterday, which is good. It gives me something to fall back on in case that doesn't pan out next week. And I get to thin out a bunch of these rods beforehand. Hopefully have it down to 6 or 8, not however many's laying up here in the mess, so I can actually walk. Lucky I didn't dig out no more. There's more in the rod box. But we had a decent day. I mean, we caught them a bunch of different ways. We can go up shallow and catch some. Kind of figured out a little pattern with that, and then
Skipping the jigs into flooded bushes.
looking for brim beds.
Yep.
Mainly. You can come out here and chase schoolies around. You could catch a decent bag doing that, I think. They started getting a little bit bigger here later. And you can go out here and fish into deep stumps and brush, which they're finally moving on like they should be this time of year. So I think we'll be all right.
Cool. Tell people how they can find out more about Rippin' Lips Open Series.
You can go to the Facebook page, which is, I think it's, you search for RLOS. Oh, it's such a hard time to say that. And you can go to their website, electriconlyfishing.com, and or get in touch with Jason or Melissa, and they'll get you out here with us if you're interested.
Cool. Appreciate you taking me out on your pre-fishing day. Good luck next week, man.
Thank you.